So, welcome to my bed. Bridget Deer is here. In spirit, probably. Physically, probably. The rest of it, probably not. But yeah, like this whole mess started in like September of 2023. Like, it started with my car breaking down. I had a little Ford Fiesta that I had bought in 2020 from somebody I used to know. Some of you will hear the word Ford Fiesta and be like, oh snap, oh. For you who don't, you're about to find out why. Yeah, I really like that little car. It was great. It was great. Yeah, it was great until it wasn't. It broke down. Like, it never really has broken down before, but it broke down in September. And it had a recall on it. Excuse me. It's like 9 in the morning. It had a recall on it. So I was like, oh, that's probably what broke down on it. Thankfully, there's a recall. Yeah, we'll just get it fixed. So they fixed the recall and found over $900 worth of other damages that were on the vehicle just from time. We were really close to losing our front wheels off the car, and I was like, oh, that okay. So we had to like scramble. Me and my partner had to like scramble to get the money, because like, who has that amount of money sitting on hand? And we were able to do it. We were able to get everything fixed, and it was great. Kind of. Everything was fine for a few weeks, and near the end of September, going into October, I believe, the car broke down again. The same issue came back, and the car was running even worse than the first time. Like, the first time it would hiccup a little bit, but it, like, we could drive it the 3 minutes down to the road to the car dealership, the Ford place. This time it was so bad that like we couldn't, like, it was questionable if we could get it down the road. And so I got my brother to come. He works with cars, and we did this whole thing that ended up not being the problem in the first place. And so we called the dealership again, pissed. Like, I was pissed, and I was just like, yeah, the problem's back, you didn't fix crap. And we were gonna bring it down there, me and my brother, and like right before we were about to drive it down the street, the check engine light comes on, because this whole time the check engine light wasn't on. So my brother's like, well, I got a scanner, I'm gonna check it real quick, because if it's a severe code that's running, I don't think we should drive it on even 3 minutes down the way, because the road I used to live on, and I say used to, we'll get to that, was extremely busy, like an extremely busy road. And if we would have broke down on it or something like that, it would have been a mess. So he runs the code, and of course it's a transmission code that's running, saying that something is stuck and unable to move or whatever it is. And my brother's like, that's not good. This is not a good code. I don't think we should drive it. So the next day I had to borrow more money from my great, not so great mother to get it towed. By the way, it was 3 minutes down the road. 3 minutes down the road, and they charged me $85 for this crap. Their round trip was 7 minutes. It just is nothing cheap these days. Is nothing like this. That's the most I've ever paid for a tow. This is the 3rd time in my life that I've ever had to tow anything, and that is the most expensive one, and that's the shortest amount of distance, mind you. Like, that's a whole different rant right now. They had my car for like a freaking week, and I should have known it was gonna be bad. I should have known. When they finally did, they didn't even call me about it. They texted me, which I kind of am grateful for, because I probably would have just bawled on the phone if they called me about this. But they called me and pretty much told me that the clutch in my car was bad. There was like a few other things that were bad. It was all transmission issues. And essentially my transmission probably needed to be replaced, which was like almost $4,000. What? I literally was in the middle of the store when I got that text message, and I had to sit on the floor and just breathe, because I was like, are you kidding me? I don't have this money. Nobody I know has this money, frankly. We're literally at the time living off of one paycheck. It was awful. That was our only mode of transportation. It was bad. So my car was essentially dead. My brother was able to go get it for me, so I don't have to pay another $85 for them to tow it back. He was able to bring it over to his place and look at it, and he was like, yeah, I confirmed that it is a transmission issue, which was really awful and really suspicious to me, because when I bought the car 3 years previously, I was told that the transmission was replaced in it, and that was true. It was true, so that's at least something. What I didn't know when I bought the car is that technically the car had been recalled in a sense. Ford got sued over the transmissions that were in the Fiestas and some years of their Ford Focuses. I did not know that when I bought the car. When I bought the car, I was told, hey, these cars are known to have a transmission issue, but the transmission was replaced, so it shouldn't be a problem for a good long time. It should last you. This person was lying to me. And if you're still watching my channel, please unsubscribe for me, actually. Please do us all a favor and just walk away. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyway, I won't be slandering this person, by the way. I'm not going to be like that. I'm just saying that there was either a miscommunication or this person lied to me about the vehicle. I don't really know how much they know. I think they knew a lot more than what they had been telling me about the transmission. I should have done my due diligence. I should have researched the car instead of just trusted this. So that's on me on this part. For them, I just don't know how much information they know. I just know in the end they sold me a lemon. I had to pay for that later on. So essentially my car was dead. This was like October-ish, beginning of October. I didn't know what to do. Like, luckily my partner, I could get rides from work and stuff like that. But yeah, that was like the first of many like negatives that happened in the next few weeks. So that was great. It was like late October, early November when I found a car at a dealership that was kind of roughly in our price range, which by what I mean price range is we were going to be flat broke essentially most times. Like, there was going to be very little wiggle room for anything, but it was pretty much the cheapest that we could get at this point. Test drove it, agreed on it, and that partner ended up signing for it. It was their car. It was great. We had a car by the end of November. We just had to wait to pick it up because it was over Thanksgiving. I do markets, I do stuff. I had some money that was left over from a market previously that I put down on the vehicle. I also traded in my Fiesta to add towards the car to help my partner or whatever pay for this vehicle. And so that was good. That was fine. We were going to have a car. We just had to pick it up after Thanksgiving. Well, during this time, I was on Discord, of all things, playing Jackbox with people. And during this, my laptop decided to make this nice little noise, and the screen goes black. Everything just gone. And I was like, what the fuck? What? This computer's only 3 years old. It's like a really high quality gaming computer. What happened? I had quite a horrible panic attack. It was spicy. And I was beside myself because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to fix this now. I'm gonna have to fix it. Hopefully it's not that expensive because I just used the last money that I personally made on that car. So hopefully this is cheap. Oh yeah, it was cheap. It was so cheap. It was the cheapest thing, kind of. So took the laptop to run diagnostics on. And yeah, it was so cheap because they did it for free. And it turns out that my motherboard had fried itself during this Discord thing. For some reason, it had fried. And like originally I thought it might have been because I had just recently replaced the battery. And by me, I mean somebody who's knows how to do it, a few months prior. But the guy told me that he's like, yeah, you told me about that. And I checked and the replacement was done 100% correct. He's like, I cannot see a reason why your motherboard went out. I'm sorry. He's like, and we can't fix this. And I was like, that's fine. That's fine. No, it was not fine. I cried all the way back home. And to add insult to injury, I couldn't get anything off that laptop because apparently everything was encrypted on it. So they couldn't pull anything and I would have to pay a lot to get things pulled off of it. And I just gave up. Luckily, a lot of stuff I had saved to like cloud and drive and stuff like that. So I didn't lose a lot. I just lost the videos that I had been working on, all my saves for like Sims, and like some art that I had on it. So that was sad, but like for the most part I had most things on it, luckily. But now I didn't have a laptop, and that is why uploads, whoop, there's a string. That's why uploads had ceased to be on my channel, is because I couldn't make them. Like, I couldn't make gaming videos at all. Like, there was no way, really, at this point. Still really no way, but we'll get to that. So, yeah. And I was beside myself because I used my last chunk of money that I had that I could have put down for a laptop, or I could have used it as a base to build up money for the laptop on the car. And I was like, damn, okay, well, the car is more important anyway, so I'm glad I put the money there instead of my laptop. Once I start selling at markets again, I should be able to save up enough for a laptop at that point. So there was that. I was like, okay, all right, we're fine. Do you think it ends there? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It really doesn't. So this is now the end of November, into December. We get the car. Everything's fine. It was good. We were great. Made it through December. Okay. Then January comes around, and this is where everything gets turned upside down for me, frankly. I am not gonna badmouth anyone in this video. I'm not gonna badmouth my ex-friend. I'm not going to badmouth this person because that is not who I am and that is not what they deserve. About midway through January, my partner, the one that we bought the car that I lived with, that I have been with for 12 years, broke up with me. Yeah, that was a slap to the face. It was a plain shock, frankly. Yeah, we had been together for 12 years. We have lived together for at least 9 of those years. Like, my whole life was pretty much built around them and being, like, they were pretty much my stability, financially. And I know that's really hard on people, and I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty because it's no one's freaking business, but it was just devastating. My whole world was turned upside down, as I said, because again, 12 years. It's been 12 years. We were together since we were 16, 17. They were the only person I ever dated. They were, like, I'd never been broken up with a day in my life. It was not an ideal situation the breakup happened. It happened over video callable things. It was just a messy situation, but most breakups are. And I was not home at the time, and I just didn't come home because I just didn't know what to do. Like, what am I supposed to do? They just broke up with me. I'm not home. I didn't want to go home and share a bed with them because, I mean, that we weren't that anymore. Like, I just didn't know what to do, so I just stayed where I was for a few days. And at the time, me and them were planning on moving at that point. We're getting ready to move. And so plans kind of changed. A few days, like a day, or like 3 or 4 days after this happened, my best friend who we were moving in with came and got me, and we went and grabbed all my stuff and moved me into her house, which was the original plan. But the original plan changed in the fact that instead of moving it by the end of February, I moved at mid-January, and I was moving alone, which hurt. It really hurt. It took me a good hard second to wrap my head around all that. Because at first I was just really sad. Because again, this was my... I'm not gonna cry. This was somebody I was with for a really long time. And again, this is not a diss on them, but like all in one go, I lost my car because the Fiesta was mine. I lost my car. I lost my laptop. So I lost YouTube too, and just everything that was on my laptop. I lost my partner. I lost my financial stability. Luckily I had a home set up for myself. But yeah, my whole life just pretty much took a nosedive in the fall to the winter, and into this year. It was really hard because, yeah, I also, I guess, lost my mode of transportation too because I was utilizing their vehicle. And add insult to injury, because I paid a chunk of money towards that car and it was the last of my market money, I didn't have that. It was just a mess. I felt like I just lost literally almost everything in one foul swoop. Yeah. But like, not everything is fully negative. Like, we're gonna go into a little bit of positive right now. A little, maybe, I don't know. So a few weeks after this, I finally got to see my surgeon about some test results. Now, if you're new to the channel, or you just stumbled on this video because you wanted to hear my life drama, or you've been on my channel but you don't watch any of my other videos that aren't gaming, you might not know that in 2022, I almost died. There's a whole video on it. I cry in it. It's a whole thing. TLDR, I have Crohn's disease. That's one of my chronic conditions, and it tried to kill me in, yeah, 2022. I went from fine to septic and with multiple holes in my GI tract and all sorts of things. And the only way to save me at the time was to move a chunk of my intestines. Yeah, spicy. Give me an ostomy, temporary ileostomy. Again, there's more in that video. It was just essentially I had a little, like, I had a hole in my abdomen with a little bit of intestine sticking out, and I shit in a bag. That was 2 years ago. It was supposed to be reversed after 6 months, but my Crohn's did not want to calm down. So, fast forward to January of 2024, I went to see my surgeon about the test results because we were testing to see if my Crohn's was under control enough for me to have surgery again. Because that ostomy was not supposed to be there for, 2 years almost. And I finally got some good results. I got approved for surgery to get it reversed. It was It was great. I was so excited. Oh, excuse me. But I'm so excited I burped. No. I remember I was just shocked when he told me. He's like, "Are you ready for this?" And I'm like, "No. No, I'm not." Oh my god. It was like, it was great. I got to schedule it right then and there. I was just baffled. I couldn't believe it. Like, I literally got into the car because I was borrowing cars from people. I'm always borrowing cars from people these days. Hi, this is my friend's cat. She's gonna try to drink my oat milk. Sorry about that. You're just gonna have to see her because this is how professional I am. But yeah. So I got in the car and I just bawled for like 30 minutes while I texted everybody. I was like, guys, I'm gonna be able to use my real butthole again. So yeah, that was great. That was awesome. Luckily, so like after all that bad news, I finally got some good news. It was so nice. It was great. I had to wait a month and a half though because of how my meds are and stuff like that. So my surgery was January 15th. I'm filming this on what day is it? Oh my god, January? No, excuse me, January. Oh my god, no, it was not January because at this point, this like I'm in like late January. Oh my god. My surgery was April 15th. I'm recording this on April 27th. So currently I am a week and a half-ish, I'm almost 2 weeks post-op right now. It has been a thing. It is like, oh my god. It just feels like after so much bad that's happened that I finally like have just this little inkling of things. I have my body kind of restored to what it was prior to 2022. Not like the ostomy was that big of a deal. It was just, you know, if you could have the option to live without one, yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. So, I've just been recovering from that currently. It's a whole thing. I was gonna wear a crop top earlier, but I still have like stitching and stuff like that in the front of me, and I didn't want people to have to look at this the whole video. Yeah. So I probably maybe will do an after like surgery thing, or maybe I will do a surgery. I don't know what I'm doing here right now. I really don't. And so like, cheers, I can use my original butthole again. So that's where I am currently. I'm currently slowly getting my GI tract back to normal because trust me, after not using your colon in your butt for like 2 years and then getting it reattached, it's a thing. It's like a whole weird thing, trust me. Like, oh my god, it's so weird. My hair's doing this thing. My eyeliner's a mess. It's great. But yeah, it's a whole thing. Welcome to my channel where we talk about poop and butt stuff, but not like sexy butt stuff, traumatizing butt stuff. Currently, I have no idea what I am doing in life. I don't. And I don't know what I'm doing about my channel either. I still, like, the updates on that is that, hi, I still can't afford, especially right now, I cannot afford to buy a new gaming computer. That'd be great. I'd love to come back and do gaming videos for everybody again. I really, really enjoyed it, like, immensely. It was a lot of work for very little payoff, but I just enjoyed it so much. I don't know what to do though with my channel until then, because I don't like the fact that it's been sitting dead for like 6 months. I really don't like that. But I'm unable to do gaming things. So I'm debating on just doing stuff like this for a little while, maybe react to things. I do not currently know. I know that eventually gaming will come back. It's just that, again, I don't have the capacity to do it right now. I don't. I wish. This is about as good as I can get. I'm filming off a freaking iPad for all I know. For all I know. I know. Dyslexia. But yeah. If anyone wants to leave suggestions down below of things I would like to see that could be easier for me to do until I get that computer, go ahead. I understand if you don't want to stay during this weird period of time on my channel, but I want to try to keep it more active. And I do appreciate everyone who has stayed for this length of time where there's just been nothing, or there's just been every now and then a random short. But yeah, thank you for everyone and anyone who stays, or anyone who's stumbled on this video and made it this far and listening to my whole tragic life, except not that tragic. It was only like 3 or 4 months of getting just absolutely decimated, and then it was 2 months almost of getting ready for surgery, and now it's been almost 2 weeks of recovering from said surgery. Again, if anyone wants a video on the surgery stuff, I will. Maybe I'll just make it regardless if anyone wants it. But yeah, so that is currently what's happening now. You can just leave comments, whatever, like, subscribe, do all these subscribe for my bad eyeliner. This is what this channel's made up of: me being awkward and bad eyeliner.